Hi everyone, so we're going to go over a switch statement example. So let's read through this problem and see how we can set up the code. It says initialize the variable number to the value 10. So var number is equal to 10. And then it says set up a switch statement that takes number as the expression. So we're going to have a switch and the expression is number. And here we're going to set up a case that checks for 0. And if it's 0, then console.log fail. And before we actually go to the next case, which is 1, we have to also remember, which should be written here, is set up a break where needed in the switch statement. So we have to add this keyword break. So then when it gets to a particular case and it matches, then it's going to end the switch statement. So if case is 0 is true and it console logs out fail, break just means stop the switch statement and just leave. And then case 1, this is going to be when it checks for 5. Okay, so it looks like it's checking for 5. So it's not 1, it's checking for 5. And then it says console.log out too low. So it's going to say too low. It's going to say too low. And then we're going to break. And then we're going to have a case, which is 10. And we're going to console.log you guessed right. And I'll set up a break here. And then I'll set up a default. And this is when it'll say console.log out the word no. And make sure it's properly indented here. And we do not need a break statement here when it's at default, because default is just like an else statement. So if none of these cases are true, then automatically console log out whatever is in here. So that's pretty much all we have to do. This is how we set up the switch statement, and it checks the following cases that it needs to check, just like an if or else if statement. And then default is just like an else statement. It's all the way at the end if nothing else matches. And all we have to do now is open up our terminal, and we're going to run node here so we could check to see if it's working. So node index.js, and it says, so if number is equal to 10, you guessed right. So let me save it. Node index.js, there we go. You guessed right. So because case is 10 and number is 10, it's going to check based on this number that's passed. Is number 0? No. Is number 5? No. Is the number 10? Yes. So go inside here, console log, you guessed right, and then break out the switch statement. That's why we don't see this console log here in our terminal. The only thing we see is you guessed right.